Welcome back to News 5. North Korean leader Kim Jong has thanked Prime Minister Lee Hsien-loong for hosting his summit with the U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday.
Focusing on the historic summit between the people in the United States of America. And thanks to your sincere efforts, we were able to complete the preparation for the historic summit. And I would like to thank you for that.
The two leaders met for the first time at their Astana today, less than 4 hours after Mr. Kim touched down in Singapore. Mr. Lee complimented Mr. Kim and U.S. President Donald Trump for the bold and admirable decision to meet. He also wished the North Korean leader success at the summit and hopes it'll pave the way for peace and stability on the Korean peninsula and the larger region. Mr. Lee and Mr. Kim also discussed relations between Singapore and North Korea, as well as recent positive developments on the Korean peninsula. Now, for more on this, Lim Yun-suk joins us now, and she's standing by near St. Regis Hotel, where the North Korean leader is staying for the duration of his trip. Now, Yun-suk, it seems like Mr. Kim had quite a busy Sunday. For example, he met Prime Minister Lee Hsien-loong at the Astana very shortly after he touched down today. What else can you tell us?
Oh, yes, a very busy day for Chairman Kim, who left this morning. North Korea's capital, Pyongyang, arrived here in Singapore, and there were dozens of reporters out here waiting for the Chairman Kim to arrive here at the St. Regis Hotel, where I'm standing right now, because that is where he will be staying during his stay here in Singapore. Now, after arriving at the hotel, he was inside his room, not for very long, because very soon he was out again, and there was this whole security alert here, and the police by the Singapore police were waiting to escort him to the Astana, where he held this bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Hsien-loong. Now, he had a very busy day, but that trip to the Astana lasted less than an hour. He was there, and together with him were some of the North Korean delegates who are here in Singapore with him, and they include his sister, Jong, who has really been out in the spotlight in recent months. Also, we saw Kim Yong-chol, the person who was in Washington recently, who met with Mr. Trump and who has really got this whole preparations, everything ready here for the Singapore summit. Also, there was this Kim Soo-gil, who is the director of this very powerful military, the political bureau in North Korea, and the person who was dressed in this military uniform, and they were all there at the Astana too, and here in Singapore. And so it was a very busy day. He came in, and right now he is inside that hotel, and that is where he'll be staying his first night in Singapore. And really a memorable day here in Singapore, and a historic day for him too, as this is the first time ever that this North Korean leader has been outside of North Korea. We've seen him in other countries like China, but never outside as far as this place, to Singapore. And we know he grew up overseas in Switzerland when he was young, but he's never been outside, and so this is a historic moment, and I'm sure that he's here, he'll be seeing a lot of things, and he'll be spending his first night here in Singapore.
Well, Yun-suk, hopefully you get a good night's rest tonight. Thanks so much for those updates. Yun-suk reporting live from outside the St. Regis Hotel. Now, coming up in News 5, more stories related to the historic Trump-Kim summit. Stay with us.